Well, I planted all my bearded irises, just random spots around the place, and I've watered them in, and we'll just see how they go. I don't think they'll be eaten by the wallabies. Hopefully not, anyway. Okay, we're up here now. We've got our black plastic barrels. We're 3/4 filling them up with hugelkultur, which are old trees that have been lying around the place. Yep, breaking up easily. They're quite light, and we'll fill it up then with good soil. And in spring, then we'll plant maybe blueberries. Someone on YouTube said they do really, really well, or there are plenty of other things we can plant in there anyway, and a little bit high for the wallabies.
So we'll fill them up to about here, and so that gives us about a foot to plant, and each year we can top it up with some compost as it breaks down underneath. Perfect. So it'll continue to do its thing underneath. Probably adds a little bit of warmth to the soil too as it's breaking down. Can't be certain. But certainly the drainage should be nice.
It certainly worked really well in the raised garden beds last year. We put veggie mix on top and compost, and it was amazing. Anything in there, especially my Tasmanian purple garlic. Loved it.
So if I was to fill that up right up with soil, it'd be way too heavy. Even if it was sandy soil, light soil, that'd be way too heavy. So by doing it this way, we're encouraging the little critters underneath, feeding the soil, which is what we're after, which in turn feed the plants. So you can see there's a fair bit in there, and it's nice and light. Here's an area I just dug over about half an hour ago. Only took me 10 minutes, and the soil's quite nice. We want to terrace all this area around here, so I'm just levelling it out and removing the rocks as I go along. Now the soil is very good. It's sort of a clay loam, but it's more loam than it is clay. And here's some of the rocks that have come out, which are fantastic building. Anyone that's a stonemason would approve of those. That one's a bit rounded. There's a beautiful flat one. That's a nice. And I heard someone on YouTube say there's no right angles in nature. Well, that's pretty close to being right angle to me. So little or no right angles, I should say. I think it was Oak Island. But anyway, They come up with a lot of theories. Here's another one that's almost a right angle. Yes. Okay.
Well, we're going to take off these nets and remove all the zucchinis, etc. Pop them in the compost and probably plant up some winter veggies quite soon. What a monster. I was just about to pull up, or I did pull up, the squashes because they've been demolished, come to the end anyway, and this was hidden right underneath because all the others had been eaten by little critters, animals, and look at the size of it. I was right underneath it, so 1 to us, 0 to the little creatures that eat all our plants.
So this here is an oak tree that was here, what, 21 years ago when we arrived there?
Yeah.
And it was very small, about this small, and it grew to about, I suppose, 15 feet, 15, 20 feet, and unfortunately the possums took a liking to it, and slowly but surely they decimated it until such time as it just couldn't keep up with it anymore, and it died. So we put another oak tree over behind Anne there, which is growing okay, but we will fence this right off and put electric fence to keep the possums out, because they really do a lot of damage to the ornamental trees.
They break all those branches.
And they break all the branches, etc. You can see
It's a beautiful tree.
up yonder there's a tulip tree there. It was growing very well, had a pyramid shape to it. Now it's very flat on top. I don't know whether you can see that there, Anne.
Yep.
It's just starting to turn yellow. It hasn't had the tulip flowers yet. It may not, but it's had a bit of a hiding this year from the possum. So because he couldn't get any more out of this one, he's decided to move on to that one. So we really do need to make an effort to try and keep them out of here. We love the wildlife here, but I mean the 60 acres of bush, please go there.
Yeah, why pick on us?
Why pick on our ornamental? Obviously tastes better. They don't seem to take won't eat the plane trees. Well, that's not true. They'll eat the London plane trees, but they won't eat the Platanus orientalis, which is the Japanese plane tree, which we have all the way. I'll just spin around and show you. All the way down the driveway there. There's a couple in the middle that aren't doing so well. And in fact, we had active tree services out here on behalf of the electricity company, trimming those back only probably, what, 3 months ago, 2 months ago, and we had a visit the other day say they have to do it again. So I'm going to lock the gate when they're due to come, because we'll be overseas, and I don't think it needs to be done again. They say it's getting close to the 3 metres, well it's actually more like about 6 metres in places there. So yeah, they're losing their leaves now. They're not going to put on any more growth. Another 6 months or so, and they can come back then and do a trimming job.
Straight.
Yeah, split and get some nice flags done. The rocks we have here are excellent for building. So we have a lot of round rocks, but we also have a lot of flat, square rocks, squarish, nice straight edge. That one is very straight edge. Be fantastic for dry stone walls and building. There's a lot of rocks underneath. A lot of rocks. I'll loosen that wire anyway. Oh, so you found the join, that's good.
Yeah, it's found a join, but
Not the lever there with the handle on it.
yeah.
There it. You got the gloves,
Oh,
Liz?
yeah, that's yeah.
Once you get the gloves.
Push it down to
So I have put wire around here, but that just makes it easier for them to climb.
That's like a climbing rope.
Like a climbing rope. Possum. And they grow really big down here. They're not like the possums on the mainland, they're huge down here. They're like medium-sized dogs. And they invariably get to the top of the branches and try to get out onto the limb. They're not really smart. And of course they just snap in half. And you end up with a fairly distorted tree. Oh, well done.
That's part of it anyway.
I might have to get to the chainsaw,
Yeah.
get it down a little bit, and then I'll dig out the remainder. Or we can pull it out with a winch.
Run through. Run through this branch. We'll have to.
It would have been easier to burn it out, but it's safe to burn.
Could you come and just help me pull this?
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's just sort of grown through. Cool.
Tough? Oh, I haven't dug it enough, have I? That's one of the roots that's running through.
He's moving, but I think it's that other tree there that's...
Oh, I see. Yep. It is too. Watch your hands, they're fairly sharp quickly, those ones. Chop that one. You hold the wire back a little bit, won't you? That's what I'm getting. You've got it?
Yep.
Beautiful. Oops.
Down to stuck in the ground there for some reason. Not sure. Al, I think there's a stick or something down there.
Oh, okay.
See down there.
Oh, that's another root. Yep. You got it?